Welcome back to another episode of Mom Talk. I don't know if we've talked about this on here before. I'm sure we have. That Victoria never watches any movies, barely any TV.
Yeah, no, it's been a minute.
Like, you can't start a sentence with, have you seen this?
Because no.
Because I almost did that today and I was like, let me back up. I know you haven't seen it, but I'm going to tell you about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need to look up the name of it, but it was about if you had the opportunity to find out your exact death day, would you do it?
And you would.
I think so.
You think.
I think. I'm a little hesitant. I don't know if I want to know that.
Because what?
But then the curiosity would get me, and like knowing that
would you wake up
know it
every day thinking, oh, it's today?
I don't know. That would be so...
Like, would it change your perspective from like currently?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but it would.
It would. But then I don't feel like it would be like looming over me.
So in the movie, is there a group of people who say yes and a group who say no?
I mean, the movie is basically based on the people who are doing it, who said yes, and it's following them.
It doesn't follow anybody who said no?
No.
Because they're just out there.
Right. This was actually about, of course, you find out your death date, but then once you do, this one couple, like, spoiler, anybody who's watching this movie that I don't know the name of, but they pair you up with somebody else that's, like, close to your death date. So
we're notebooking it.
Yeah. Like, the one main character, his death date was, like, 3 months away. But his wife that he went in there with, or his fiance that he went in there with, was, like, you know, she was going to be 80 years old. So she was like, ooh.
She just left him right then and there.
Yeah, she did. And he was sad. But then you get paired up with somebody with a death date close to yours.
Okay, he got to know a stranger for 3 months?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
If even that long. But the stranger knew, going into it, his death date.
Yeah, weird.
But I could just not get over it, and I did even ask Emma.
What did she say?
She said no. She does not want to know.
Like, is it spooky?
Yeah.
No, I need to know.
No, I knew you would want to know.
I 100% need to know. And I talked about this a little bit with you earlier. But there's like two of me in my head.
Yes.
There's like the healthy, nothing's wrong with me, pulmonary hypertension who.
Right.
And then there is the part of me that knows I have this. And I'm like, wow, I have something for real wrong with me. And they don't agree, like, ever.
Okay. Which one of them wants to know?
The one that knows I have something wrong with me.
Okay. So if you didn't have that, you wouldn't want to find out?
I don't know.
I know. See, that's where I'm at.
I think I am, like, torn if I go with, like, the healthy half of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But the part where I know something is actually wrong with me, as much as I try to, like, shove that down, yeah, I gotta know. And I asked you this, too. In the movie, do you find out how? Because I'm like, is this pulmonary hypertension going to be, like, what gets me in the end? Or, like, lightning? You know?
Right.
So I would need to know how. I would get really greedy with it, I think.
Would you rather know how than when?
Yes.
Ooh.
I sure would. If I got the choice between the two, I need to know how.
If I
don't
know
think
how,
I would develop a phobia of anything.
Oh, I would.
Of what, though?
If I knew how I was going to die and it was like drowning, I would never...
Ignore that pool in your backyard.
Literally. I would never go near another...
body of water?
Yeah, ever.
No, I don't know. I mean, if it was a car accident, I'm still going to, like, drive places. Would you not drive anymore? Or ride in a car? You're just walking?
Sounds risky.
Well... No, I definitely think I would rather know how than when, because everybody's eventually going to die.
I think I would rather know when than how.
But if something was wrong with you, would you want to know if that was what was going to get you?
Yes.
Okay, so you get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I need to know, like, is this it? Or, like, is there a cure for this 7 years down the road and, like, it's actually not that big of a deal anymore in the future?
You could outlive us all.
Catch me at 99. Jared's trying to live to 100, so I just got to get to 99.
Okay, because we did read the statistic that women live longer.
They do.
Why? Because they don't do as dumb stuff as men?
Smarter choices probably, but...
I mean, I know that's the joke, but isn't it the truth?
I think women talk more about their problems and men internalize it more, and that puts, like, stress on you mentally, which, like, affects you physically. So they're stroking out, they're heart attacking.
We're getting it out.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness.
I know. So we're probably really healthy. We talk a lot.
We do.
We have a whole podcast to talk even more.
Just to hang out and talk. And it snowed a couple weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
And we didn't see each other for all the snow days.
Oh my gosh.
And you text me and you were like, hey. how long has it been since I've seen you? And I was like, oh, I'm just over here crying because I haven't seen you. And you were like, oh, okay, so you feel the same.
No, yeah, for real. Because, like, we had the snow days, but then I still saw you for a day and a half. But then you went out of town, and that shouldn't affect me at all.
But it does.
I don't see you on the weekends generally unless we have to record. Mm-hmm. So that shouldn't affect me, but, like, I don't know. Something about, like, knowing you were out of town.
Yeah. Do you feel like I talk less? Or it was just because I was out of town?
I literally think it's because you were out of town. I don't think you talked less. I mean, maybe a little less, but you were in, like, competition mode all day.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what I was feeling.
It wasn't, because I felt it,
It was literally some weird, like, she's too far away.
Yeah, 4.5 hours.
And you're just traveling every weekend, so.
Yeah, it's not going to stop for the rest of spring.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does.
I'm so happy for your kids.
It was fun. Well, let me say, it was fun for Emma. So it was our very first.
Who we were going for.
Yes, it was our very first competition in Gatlinburg. I love Gatlinburg. I was happy she was excited. I love all the moms and the kids. Now that we've been in it for longer, it feels more comfortable.
Yeah.
I still have that stress of what if I forget something that she needs? Because, you know, it could be a random
You did forget
piece.
one time.
Yes, I did.
The necklace.
And I will never forget it.
Me either.
So I'm like packing and rechecking like 3, 4, 5 times.
Obsessive.
Yes, because I don't want to be the one that messes up this whole thing and have Emma mad at me.
Yeah.
So she even told me, she was like, why do you think you're more stressed than me? I was like, I'm obviously in charge of everything.
I'm running this.
Yeah, it's my fault if the stuff isn't packed. I know you can pack your own stuff, but like still.
But you don't.
I'm the adult. Yeah, and you don't. Like she'll get some stuff together, but not every
piece needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the first one, so I was like, do we have all the stuff from last time that we actually needed? But the drive down there was on a Friday afternoon. Traffic was going good. I was feeling good about it.
Okay, great.
I had Henry as well and Mom. So we had the whole fam. And then traffic started getting heavy in Knoxville area.
Yeah.
And Mom's like, let's try the GPS this way. And I'm like, yeah, do it. You're the navigator. I'm going. And then we ended up on the back roads.
Uh-oh.
The back roads. Like, can 2 cars fit down this road?
Super fun.
And it was so dark. I'm like, I can't see anything. I feel like we're about to drive off a cliff or into somebody's front door. I don't know.
Into a front door.
I don't know. I felt like I could not see. Don't let me drive at night. And Mom's just cackling because I don't like it. And she's fine.
And she's so unbothered.
Yeah, she doesn't mind.
Yeah.
But when we finally got off the back roads and we didn't die, she was like, so you would rather wait in some traffic than do that again?
Yes.
I was like, yes. I can't take it. My heart can't take it.
My heart can take something still.
So we made it. We danced all day Saturday. Emma's dances were so good. I think they all placed. If any dance moms are listening to this, I still do not know the rules of competitions and how we get scored. But we got a lot of awards.
Way to go.
Yes. Clap. And
yes.
Emma was happy, and she got to be with her really good friends, and they got to swim. And this is the hotel pool that's like a
Oh yeah, it was like the water parky one.
Yes.
That did look super fun.
So they had so much fun.
Did you play on it?
I didn't even get in.
But that looks so cool.
It is cool. The first night we went though, like the whole hotel was there. Like,
well, yeah.
Full packed.
Yeah.
We had a couple hiccups with our room. There was no hot water.
Yeah, that's a big hiccup.
And I've never had that happen in a hotel. And
I just didn't like what the front desk man told you about that.
I know. So Mom, I mean, we're all needing to bathe.
Well, yes, everyone in the hotel does, but like that's not abnormal.
Right. And so I did go say something to the front desk like, hey, did you know?
Right. Were you aware?
And he wasn't rude, but he was just like, yeah, we're fully booked and it's cold.
I just don't feel like that's a good answer.
I know. I'm like, well.
It's Gatlinburg in February.
Yeah.
I would expect it to be cold.
Yeah, and they're right off the strip. Like, I would imagine you stay fairly booked.
I just don't think it's a wild request to have hot water.
I know. So it didn't make or break the trip, but let me tell you, Mom doesn't want to stay there again, and I get it.
Not.
And then Sunday we got to sleep in, do some more swimming in the morning with some friends. We didn't have to be there till like 12 or 1 or something. Left about 4:30 on Sunday night, and I had one of my uglier moments.
It was not ugly.
Driving home.
It was fine.
because I was tired and just a long weekend. I wasn't even that hungry, but I wanted a Milky Way that I had packed and that I knew was in the car, but it was in the very back.
And you're driving.
And I'm driving. And I asked Henry to get it. Henry does get car sick. So basically, if it's not right in front of him, he doesn't want to move to get it. And I was like, unbuckle and get it. First, he just said, I can't reach it. And then he said, you don't need it. And I was like, oh, I'll just drive us off.
Here's the side.
I just could not believe he said that to me. So then I started yelling at Emma to get it, even though I wasn't going to bother her because she had been the one dancing all weekend. And then she stood up for Henry and was like, you know he gets car sick. I was like, well, then you get it.
Right.
Mom's like, pull over this car.
She's like, let me out. I'm hitchhiking.
And I finally got my Milky Way and then I was better. I just needed it. Henry about to just lose my mind.
And then I just love the part where Henry wanted your hotspot.
Oh, yeah. So he doesn't have a phone, so he has to use his iPad off Wi-Fi. So he was like, can I have your hotspot? I said, oh, no, you don't need it. And
I just love that.
And at first he didn't get it because I'd never have to talk to him any type of way. He was like, what? I said, you don't need it. He said, you really declined me? I said, you really did not get my Milky Ways from the back.
Right, and you said I don't need it.
Yeah, you don't get to say that.
Henry, you're growing up. Let this be a lesson. You don't say that to a woman about a chocolate bar.
Nope.
Ever.
I just need it when I need it. But then I was okay.
After you got your chocolate, yeah. All better.
Yeah, and the trip home was fine. Traffic was fine. And Emma can't wait till the next one.
And you too.
And me too. But we're going to Louisville. That'll be fun. We're going to Atlanta, which is one we always do, and it's really nice. And then her last one's at Opryland, so that'll be
easy.
Yeah, nice and easy. They got some of their critiques back already too that their dance teachers could go over with them, and they were all really happy. So Emma was positive about it.
Oh, good. And this is just the start of the season.
Yes, this is the first one.
How long does this go, or how many competitions are we talking?
She has 4 total competitions, and I mean it's like once a month ish in 3 or 4 months. So
no, not crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's spread out enough, really.
Yeah,
we're almost to spring break here. So then that'll be a nice little...
And you're going back to Gatlinburg.
I am.
Different hotel.
Different
Airbnb.
Yeah, we're doing with a group. So yeah, an Airbnb or a chalet or whatever you want to call it with 11 people. But that'll be more relaxed.
Yeah.
And actually get to do stuff. Yes, the hot water.
Yeah.
If not, hot tub. Good enough.
Something hot.
Yes. Yes, I want the hot tub. Okay, and I got a call right before we left for the competition, I think. Henry got tested for gifted.
Yes.
And he got tested before in 3rd grade. I may have talked about it or not. But if you don't have TCAP scores, then you have to do certain testing to see if you qualify for it. And basically, his reading was above average, but they want it to be 90th percentile or over to consider you for gifted. And his math is at 97. So from what I can understand, they just tested him for the math gifted portion and said that he qualified for that. So I got to get on a Zoom call, which I thought would be with 1 person, and surprise, it was with 6. So I just wasn't prepared or looking my best, and I can't even think what they thought of me. I mean, I don't know what the difference if I was going to look bad for 1 person, but
the whole crowd
popped
up on your screen,
and they're the first time meeting Henry's mom, and oh, she looks like that.
It was your day off.
Yeah, but it was bad. I regret that decision.
Oh, well, it's done now.
And
you could have just turned the camera off.
I should have.
Well, you can just make this a phone call.
We have Zoomed people before, you and I.
Yes.
And it was I had never done it before. I was like, where's the unmute? Everybody's on here. I can't stop looking at myself because I look so bad. So what did I really hear out of this conversation? It's terrible. I just want to be just send me the email, please.
Yeah.
Wrap this up. We have another one coming up. And I will be ready.
I know.
They won't even recognize me.
They're going to be we need his mom.
But he's excited. He wanted to know, the scores and stuff.
Yeah.
And I still honestly don't know what it all means. But we're going to set out a plan for him just to get some extra math.
That sounds terrible to me.
I know. Math. But funny, because when he was off for all the snow days and needed to do his math homework, he forgot how. I was like, okay. He's like, we just learned that. You don't have to be rude about it. I was like, I'm not being rude, and I don't know how to do it at all.
Yeah, I can't be rude when I can't do it.
No. So Google it or whatever you do, because I can't divide fractions,
Call
and I will tell
phone
anyone.
a friend.
Yeah. So he figured it out. We're back on track.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Also, he got, you know how we can see their grades on Power School?
Oh, yeah.
I randomly check him now. I don't have to check him a lot, but I pulled up his math, and I could tell he had already, like, reworked some of the problems because he only missed 2. But her note underneath the grade said, I explicitly described how to work these problems out. Probably because it was probably an F before she let him fix it. And she probably needed to go ahead and state on there what is going on, or I would have asked. And it was like explicitly already stated how to do this, and basically he still got it wrong.
Well, I love this extra math then.
I know.
The timing of it all.
I know.
That's how it goes.
I was like, look at that, Henry. He was like,
Just
bro.
Just to humble you a smidge.
No, he needs to be a little humbled.
Build him up, knock him down.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mason needs that too.
Yeah, what have y'all been doing since I haven't seen you for 82 days?
You know, have I talked about Mason got glasses on here? I don't know if I have. But he did.
I know we talked about the school telling you.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyway, he has glasses, and that's going well. He actually really cares about him and, like, keeps up with them and stuff.
I know, that's so good.
I know, I was shocked.
Oh, yeah, because your face or case. I like it.
That's my rhyme, face or case.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not one of those 2 places.
Mm-hmm. Problems.
But no, he's done really, really well with them.
Good.
They might still have to do a patch. They don't know.
Okay. Do you have a follow-up?
I do. It's actually tomorrow.
Okay, good.
So, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want that.
So you told him what might happen.
The eye doctor told him.
Okay.
At the first appointment, and he's like, we'll give it 6 weeks and see what happens, but maybe.
So at his age, why does he not want the patch?
He doesn't want to wear it to school.
Okay.
And
I mean, I think at any age you'd be worried about that.
I thought he'd be worried about glasses with school, and he was not.
Well,
But
I told you,
also-
glasses and braces are in.
Well, I know you said that, but like kindergarten, I mean,
Right.
what do they know?
Yeah.
But he for real was like, no, my friends like my glasses. I was like, thank God you have like nice friends.
Nice friends, yes.
Because that would, like, as a kid, I would have been nervous. I didn't have to start wearing glasses until like high school, and I remember only taking them out and wearing them when I needed to like see the board for work, and then I would take them back off and put them in my purse.
I did the same thing.
Shut up.
Yes.
I would walk around the hallways not really being able to see that great.
Oh, yeah, I did not wear them unless I needed to see something on the
And
board.
then once I could wear contacts, I was like, wow.
Yep.
A whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want the patch because he's like, I don't want to look like a pirate at school.
I mean, I get it.
He's like, it's not dress up day. Are they going to let me wear one? I was like, they know it's not dressing up.
Right.
Like, your teacher is going to let you.
And I've seen some kids with it before. I mean, I guess it could all be different, but like it was like skin colored. Like it wasn't like.
Yeah, no, it's not a black pirate patch.
Right.
But Jarrett had to wear a patch in 3rd grade.
Okay. Does he remember it? Like.
Oh, yeah, he was in 3rd grade. He definitely
So-
remembers. I don't know if Mason would remember, like, long term at this point. I mean, I have flashes of kindergarten.
Me too.
But I don't, like, remember much. But yeah, Jarrett was in 3rd grade. I definitely remember 3rd grade better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had to wear it for, like, I think 9 months. So it was a good bit of time.
Yeah, that is.
But
But it
Mason,
corrected it.
It did, and Jarrett has 20/20 vision and has ever since.
Okay.
No glasses, contacts, nothing. I was like, wow, they really strengthened that
Yeah.
eye right up.
They really did it.
So hopefully he doesn't need one, but if he does, hopefully he turns out like Jared, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Remy? Oh,
Yeah, y'all had her appointment with the,
yeah,
the PH doctor.
pediatric pulmonary hypertension doctor guy.
And this was her first because Mason's already been.
Yeah, he already got cleared for this year. He goes back in November to see the pulmonary hypertension guy. He saw a pulmonologist at Vandy's hospital before, but now this specific doctor who like primarily deals with this wants to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Mason was my kid that I had some concerns with just because like he couldn't keep up with Remy. He would like stop running to say he was out of breath, and like he would hold his chest and say his heart was beating really fast. I'm like, well, it's supposed to when you run.
Mm-hmm.
But everything he was saying too, I'm like, I don't think I know I have a lung problem and I know my heart's enlarged. I don't think I should be able to outrun a 5-year-old.
Right.
I know my legs are longer, but this seems odd.
And he's noticing all those things.
Mm-hmm. And like we had tried the albuterol, whatever. That's how we got to the pulmonologist. And then fast forward, she cleared him and then said, I consulted with the pulmonary hypertension team and they want to see him regardless. And I was like, okay, I have a daughter. And they were like, yeah, any kids you have, bring them. Mm-hmm. So we took her, and this is just strictly because I have PAH. With it being idiopathic, there's a 10% chance that eventually they'll find something genetic. They just don't know what yet. Over the course of, their lives, they could find a genetic component, and they wanted to get her seen, evaluate her, which evaluating her at this age is like really challenging, especially since she didn't have any symptoms. She, is just there because I have this. With Mason's appointment, they did some like spirometry, which is like a lung function test. Remy's a little too young for that, like to grasp the concept, which Mason's a very mature 5 and Remy is a very...
She is not immature.
She's not immature, but she is a very 4-year-old. Mason does not act 5.
Right.
He's always acted years older than his age. All they could do for her was echocardiogram, which is the ultrasound of your heart, to get your estimated pressure and hope that's accurate. And to check for anything else. I mean, Mason had a hole in his heart when he was born, so he's had some echoes in his life. Not a lot, just 2. But Remy's never had one. So I'm like, are we about to find a hole in her heart?
I mean, yeah, that's just like, what are we about to find out here today? Like, we've never done any of this.
We're opening a can of worms, I felt like, just because that's how, like, my life's been, I guess.
Yeah.
But her echo came back great.
And she enjoyed her day.
She loved her day. She was so excited. She was like, we're going to the hospital? I was like, yeah.
Pumped.
You can tell you've never been sick.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah. And so we got there. The echo was great. The lady was great. The room was like, it had like those stars all over the ceiling. Not like the glow in the dark, but like the projector one.
Oh, okay.
She got to watch Bluey for 45 minutes while they did the echo. She's just laying there with her little unicorn. And then we were leaving the cardiac floor and had to go to the pulmonology place. And they were giving out goodie bags because it was right around Valentine's Day and it was the heart floor.
Oh, that's so cute.
So just this whole bag of candy and stickers. And I was just like, and then in between appointments, we had a little time to kill. So I took her down. They've got like a little model train exhibit and like these weird... Not weird, they're cool. Light up things on the wall, and you touch them and they like change colors.
Yeah, it reminds me like that piano playing on the floor, but you can just, push it.
So I took her down there and let her eat her candy and play for a second, and then took her back up there. The appointment pretty much turned into an appointment about me since her echo had been fine. Mm-hmm. The doctor works closely with my doctor because he is for the children, my girl is for the adults. So there's a lot of overlap. Like his patients graduate to her pretty much.
Oh, true. I didn't think of it like that.
So they work together a lot. They both work in the research aspect a lot too. Just because PAH is so rare, they have patients to see, but they don't need to be in the clinic Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 like most doctors. They can be in there a couple times a month and see everybody. While we were in there, he was like, do you mind if I pull up your research studies? I was like, by all means.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he did, and he was like, I am one of the leaders on these studies. That's why I have access to this. Like, not everybody in the hospital just can do this. I was like, oh, okay. I literally have signed my life away at this point.
Anybody can see it.
Just do what you got to do. So he pulls it up because he wanted to look at my genetic testing to make sure we weren't missing anything. Because my cousin Sammy, she is my first cousin, has HHT. She has a lot of pulmonary AVMs. We had Teresa on here not long ago talking about that. And HHT, don't have me say that, but one of the H's is hereditary. It can be a gene that you test for. And he was like, have you ever been tested for that? I was like, surely, right?
Right, surely after all this.
You tell me. And so he pulled up my studies, and I've never been tested in a clinical setting, like at my doctor's appointments that I like go to and pay insurance and like money out of my pocket. But my research studies, I have been genetically tested. And yeah, I've been tested for HHT. I 100% do not have it.
Okay.
He was like, if you had it, we would test both of your kids too. He's like, but you don't. He's like, you have no genetic markers at all.
Okay.
I was like, great. So Remy got the all clear.
And she's good for how many years? 3?
3. And then he's never seen Mason before, and Mason was the one who had some breathing difficulties, so he wants to see him in November of this year.
Okay.
He still feels confident seeing his records that he's okay, but with or without symptoms, he would like to get him in and established as a patient and assess him for himself. Plus, it's 6.5. The lung volumes test is a little more accurate.
Okay.
The older you get, the more you can like accurately do the test.
But typically for them, once they're established with him and everything's good, it'll be every 3 years.
That's what I'm hearing, since Remy got the all clear for 3 years.
Yeah.
We had that appointment, and then fast forward 12 days later, I had a research appointment. Part of that research appointment was a physical exam by one of the leads on a study, and so Ann walks the same doctor.
You bumped into him again.
I got Remy's doctor. And he's like, I know I'm a pediatric doctor. He's like, but I am a lead on this study, so I'm here to assess you. I was like, well, okay.
Yes. Good to see you again.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked a lot. The research visit was good. 6-minute walk, echocardiogram, lung volumes test, lots of blood work, physical exam. This one is the one I wear a Fitbit for, so I'm in this for 12 weeks.
The Fitbit for 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
And what did you think about all your tests?
So my 6-minute walk distance was less than it has been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So the farthest I've ever gone is 655 meters.
Okay.
And then it dropped down to like 620 at my last like patient visit. And then at this research visit, it was 602.
Okay. So.
But this is me giving it the exact same effort because like I'm going to give it my all.
Well, yeah, you always do.
So my time,
That's how I say it.
my distance is decreasing.
Okay, so are you giving yourself a hard time about that?
Yeah.
I already know that, but
So yeah, I really thought when I was at 655, I was like, ooh, I got 700 easy. And then to see it keep going down, I'm like, am I not doing as well as I thought? Like it gets in my head for sure.
right.
I'm like, I feel okay, but am I not feeling as good as I was? Because why did I do 655?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm at 602.
Do you think it could be any difference of you walking outside compared to walking inside? Because it's been cold, like you've been winter inside walking on your walking pad.
So Jarrett had mentioned that like my walking pad has a set pace and I like max it out and the max is 3.8 miles per hour. I'm assuming it's miles per hour.
Sounds good.
3.8.
Yeah.
So
That feels fast to me.
It's fast. It's a quick pace
But
for walking.
I've been walking with you outside before and you have a pace.
Yeah, so I don't
Gotta
know.
run to keep up with you.
I don't know if 3.8 is slower than what I would do if I wasn't limited to a walking pad, which
Right.
anything is better than nothing.
Yeah, you're still getting it in.
I'm getting those steps in.
Mm-hmm.
But did my body get preset to that speed?
Right, because that's what you've
And
been
so
doing.
I tested it out after the fact, and if my body had gotten set to that speed that I've been walking at, I would have done 627 meters.
How'd you test that out?
I
What
walked,
did you do?
I turned it on like I normally do,
And
turned
then-
it up all the way, and
and
walked
you-
for 6 minutes, and that's how far I had gone. I converted it to meters. 'cause
Okay,
it
so
tells you
that's
on
wild, huh?
So, yeah, I go faster. I went 627 meters in 6 minutes on my walking pad.
Right.
But I only did 602 when left to my own devices in a hallway.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think?
I don't know, but I can tell you I was out of breath.
Were you out of breath when you did the test at the doctor's office?
Yes.
But you were also out of breath on your walking pad.
Some days I am, some days I'm not. So that's the thing. Like, I think it might depend on the day.
Okay, so are you going to be less hard on yourself?
No.
Why? You just did it. Like, you did it.
Yeah.
Even though you timed yourself at home, like, you got more steps.
Yeah, but that doesn't count to me.
Because it's not written down at the doctor?
Pretty much. And like this study I'm in is a 3-year study. So I'm like, oh, year 1, good. Year 2, I'm like, what's year 3 going to look like?
Oh, no.
So I'm already worried about next January.
Well, clearly.
Yeah. And then I have a few more research appointments throughout the year. So I'm like, maybe I can just really kill it then. And of course I have clinic appointments too. So I'm like, I got to kill it. Because they changed my meds.
Oh, right. Yes. Have we talked about that?
I know.
We surely said you were off the ambercitin.
I'm off the ambercitin. I'm on amlodipine. Yeah, we talked about how I had to titrate up on that.
Okay.
And got to the max dose. I don't think I talked about how everything went really well with that. And I feel pretty lucky.
Yes, because we were really nervous because you
Super
already have
nervous.
low blood pressure.
Yeah. But I did end up having the swelling in my feet and legs. And I put it off as long as I felt like I could. But I did have to message her and be like, hey, this is not going away. It's getting worse. My shoes are uncomfortable. Like, I have rolls on my ankles.
They were thick.
Yeah, they were fluffy. And
Looked uncomfortable.
yeah. A little pitting edema for you. But I got Lasix and that's gone away.
Yeah.
So while it is another medicine to take.
And are you still having side effects from adding that in?
I was really dizzy at first.
Yeah.
But I feel like now that's kind of subsided.
Okay.
Every once in a while I'll get a little dizzy, but I feel like for the most part, as long as I drink at least a sip of water, I'm okay.
Yeah, you're not the best water drinker.
I am not. And like...
What's in the Sonic cup?
It is a limeade.
Not water.
No, but it's limeade. Like,
Yeah.
It's just limes and Sprite.
So way better.
Yeah. It's not even cherry or strawberry. It's just limes.
Okay.
And I did drink you saw my big pink water bottle today.
Yes.
I did drink 2 of those, actually. One was my Element packet.
Mm-hmm.
And one was water.
Okay. You're doing good.
I know.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. So, yeah. Research visit. I still haven't heard back about my lung volumes test or my echo. The echo I'm curious about just because I've had a lot of echoes and I am not an ultrasound technician.
But you know it looks different than your...
I know this one looked different
Previous.
than any other echo I've ever had. Could it be a different new machine in the fancy research center? Absolutely.
But you just know something's different.
Something was different. And I don't know, I mean, surely my heart wasn't bad my entire life.
Surely.
But what if this doesn't mean bad?
Yeah.
What if it means different or better? I don't know if it'd mean better, but what if it just means different? But
Well,
not necessarily bad.
The picture you pulled up looked like the storm was coming.
It looks like the radar.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Okay. Well, we'll have to update everybody when we get that back, too. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we'll make sure to update y'all when we have more information on Victoria. And we're going to post a poll if you want to know your death date or not.
Oh, yeah.
You can see if you're crazy as us. Okay. Well, thank y'all for listening. And don't forget to follow us on our Spotify, our Apple, and our Instagram. Thanks. Bye.